Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, it's new set time. Time that we all crave and love. Core set, M21 is upon us. And yeah, let's just jump right in. Our rare being one of the temples, not a rare that you want to see. You'll notice a lot of reprints, of course, as this is a core set, but you will also notice a lot of new cards, or at least cards that are cognizant of, or reminiscent of new cards. Anyways, see some reprints here. Walking Corpse, Sure Strike, Revitalize, Mind Rot, Korean Dryad, yada yada yada. Best cards in this pack, in my opinion, are probably the Dryad. Good in even just a 2-color deck, you know, can be a pretty large 2-mana creature. Siege Striker is okay in the white aggro decks. You can definitely try to force through some damage. Tellurian Kraken's fine. And Sabertooth Mauler. This is really not a great pack, all things considered. Haven't really tried any of the white aggro decks before, though, so I think I might take the Siege Striker and see if we can do something with that. But that first pack was just not very good, so I don't mind taking this here. Into second pack, and again, not loving what we're seeing. Archfiend's Vessel can be interesting with some of the graveyard recursion effects. Gormand is like a fine top-end flyer, although I haven't been particularly impressed with it. Trader's Greed is pretty fun. There is a sacrifice deck in the format. It's the red-black deck as common, or as normal. And this is a good steal effect, as it only kind of costs 2 in a sense. But those are like the better cards in the pack, I guess. Then you have like Pitchburn Devils, Pride Malkin, Larcenist. This is just, again, not a very strong pack overall, though, is the only thing. So maybe I just try taking the Gormand and seeing what we go from there, as it is just like the most powerful of cards. Into a third pick. All right. Tempered Veteran is okay. I always want to build one of the Shrine decks. There is a Shrine of every color, but the red one is not a one that I want to take early on. Tempered Veteran, Mistral Singer, 2/2 flying, Prowess for 3. Well above average rate, for sure. But after taking the Gorman, I think I might just take the Rise again here and maybe do some graveyard shenanigans. Maybe we wheel that 1-drop, for example. All right, pick number 4. Oh, I didn't realize Ruined Halo is in this. There's going to be a lot of cards that I still don't know, as we've only been playing it for the last day or two. But if I'm going to go the Sacrifice deck, maybe the Witch's Cauldron is a good idea. This is another Sabertooth Mauler. I've been impressed with that as well. Pretty good green common overall. Just nothing else in this pack, though, that really rings out to me. Maybe I'll just take the Mauler here. It's a solid common for sure. Ooh, and now we get ourselves a little tutelage action. Okay. I had a very spicy tutelage deck on Arena earlier today. It actually had 4 tutelage, and the rate that you milled people out was kind of hilarious. Otherwise, what do we have here? Like, Arousing Reed is good. Spined Megalodon is pretty stupid, honestly. The Hexproof, man. Why do cards have Hexproof? It's just not fun to play against. But I'm going to take the tutelage. It's a little bit awkward taking a 4th color already, but 5th pick tutelage means I can maybe start kind of building around it. And yeah, we see a pretty late Mistral Singer here as well. 6 picks Singer is a nice sign, I think. So we'll go ahead and take that. Just a good 3-drop. Blue-white's very strong in this format too. So is blue-black. But we're fairly open right now, since we don't know what we're doing. I think tutelage is just a fine card in general. 3 mana, it loots. Anytime you draw a card, target opponent mills 2 cards. I don't know, it's slow, but definitely worthy of a sideboard slot, if nothing else. And of course, the more you get, well, the better they become. Because not only do you increase your likelihood of finding one early, but they're not affected by a singleton copy. Okay, pick number 7 here. Got some random green cards that are okay, and then we have like a Valdalian Arcanist, which is also okay. I don't think these green cards are all that amazing, though. The Drowsing Pteranodon is actually fine, especially when you can combo it with the Hunter's Pledge, or whatever it's called. +1/+1, and then punch. It's either the Pteranodon here or the Arcanist. I guess we'll just stay open to the idea of a green deck and take the Pteranodon, see what happens. Pretty medium 8th pick here. I don't really know what I'm doing, if that wasn't blatantly obvious. I guess we could just take a filler card, 4 mana, 4/3. Turns on the Pteranodon, for example. It's also colorless, so it doesn't bind me into anything. And what do we wheel? Some random blue cards. I think Lofty Denial's okay. Glide Master's fine. These black cards are all fine as well. Yeah, I still just don't know what I'm doing. I'm all over the place right now. I guess we haven't seen much white, so maybe I can cut the Siege Striker. And I guess I'm just going to go with the counter here. Not a great start to a draft, I'll tell you that much. Frost Breath, medium. Rookie Mistake, medium. I mean, all of these cards are pretty filler. I guess if you're going to be like an aggro or a tempo deck, then maybe the Frost Breath is okay, as Walking Corpse doesn't really do anything unless you have a bunch of those Liliana's, what do they call it, devotees. Dismal Backwater versus Caged Zombie now. Let's just take the land. Probably the safest pick. Tome Anima. This is better in the red-blue draw 2 deck than anything else. But maybe there's a world where we can end up playing it. We'll see. Indulgence is okay as well. Doesn't look like we're going to be turning on the life requirement for this, but you never know. Overall, that first pack was awful. I'm not going to lie. I don't know what I'm doing here. Kind of just taking cards and have no true direction. But that's okay. The set is new. Hopefully other people don't know what they're doing either, and we can find our direction in the next pack. Okay, last pick Mountain. And we opened a Conspicuous Snoop. Red 2/2 Goblin Rogue. Play with the top card of your library revealed. You may cast Goblin spells from the top of your library. As long as the top card of your library is a Goblin card, Conspicuous Snoop has all activated abilities of that card. All right, doesn't seem very good here. Twin Blade Assassins. 5/4 for 5. At the beginning of your end step, if a creature died this turn, draw a card. That seems pretty good. Meteorite's a reprint. There's a Skeleton Archer here. Yeah, really not too much in this pack. I guess I'll just take the Assassins. Seems good enough. Especially since I have no idea what I'm doing right now. Like maybe we could go green-black. Pick number 2 here has a Carrion Grub, which is okay with the Rise Agains. Alright. Yeah, maybe we're doing some green-black shenanigans. I mean, my blue has all filler cards anyways. And the Grub is fine. Fills up the graveyard and whatnot. Might run the Indulgence, but who knows? Probably going to get some crazy blue card now in the 3rd pick. And go back to Wishy-Washy. It's alright. I don't mind doing this type of thing at the beginning of a set when you're still feeling out the cards, learning pick orders, that type of thing. It's less of an issue, especially since you can assume a lot of other people are doing the same thing. So overall power level of decks, unless somebody breaks it early, is going to be lower than as people tend to understand the archetypes and the pick orders. Okay, we got a freebooter here. Deathbloom Thallid, Gnarled Sage, 5 mana, 4/4 reach, and then as long as you've drawn 2 or more cards this turn, it gets +0/+2 and has Vigilance. That's not bad. Another Mauler. Do like Experimental Overload a lot, but let's just take the early drop here. Freebooter's good. Gives us a chance to look at our opponent's hand and take something. I think what we want to pick up in this deck is those Llanowar Visionaries, the 3 mana 2/2 that draws a card and then can tap to add a green. Those would be great. As we get basically nothing out of this pack. I wonder if I just need to start taking these Walking Corpses. It's so filler though. I'd rather just take like the Village Rites. I like this card quite a bit. I mean, I don't really want to run more than, say, 1, maybe 2, but it's cheap. It helps negate some removal spells if your opponent has one, that type of thing. Oh, okay. Garrix Uprising could be interesting. Creatures you control have trample. When it enters the battlefield, if you control a creature with power 4 or greater, draw a card. Whenever a creature with power 4 or greater enters the battlefield under your control, draw a card. You might be able to play around that, or play into that. Passing a Mind Rot and another Mauler, though, but I think the Uprising might be worth it. And if we take that, then we can get like the Forgotten Sentinel back into the deck. So we're going to want to take some more fatties here, but that is an interesting card for sure. Jungle Hollow, Cage Zombie, Portcullis Vine, another Forgotten Sentinel. I mean, if we're going the 4-power deck, I think I'm supposed to take the Sentinel here, but yeah, let's try it. Why not? Our curve is probably going to be pretty high as a result, but I think this could be doable. Ooh, Fierce Empath and Colossal Dreadmaw, both pretty spicy. Since we already have one target for the Fierce Empath, I think that's worth taking over Dreadmaw. But I wouldn't mind getting a Dreadmaw as well, as if I only have one target for this, then it's not as good, of course. The Blood Glutton, 5 mana, 4/3 lifelink. Or do I want to take a cheaper card in the form of Vine here? Yeah, let's just keep taking the 4-power creatures. Wield another Rise Again. Is that worth taking over Vine? I think so. There might be some Vines that wheel at this rate. So we can take one of these. I guess I'd rather have Growth than Dart. Yeah, we're like some green-black graveyard plus 4-power deck. I don't know. Kind of feels like I do want just the random Walking Dead now, even though the card is not good. Just something to do early. Actually, what we really want to get is a bunch more Drowsing Pteranodons. I mean, this would be the Furious Rise deck as well, but I guess we'll take another sideboard Village Rites. I don't know. There's that Walking Corpse on the wheel. Might have to run it. It's not ideal, but sometimes you just need the extra playable, you know? So really what we're looking for, and maybe a terrible sign that I don't have any of them yet, are like Grasp of Darkness, which is the black creature gets -4/-4 instant. There's a 5 mana kill target creature in black. We're also missing those Hunter's Edges right there, like that one right there. All right, pack 3. The question is it better than a Cultivate? Because this definitely feels like it could be a Cultivate deck instead of a Hunter's Edge deck. Sublime Epiphany are rare. That card would have been very good. It's better than all the cards in my deck, but it's way too late to play the blue cards now, unfortunately. It's got to be one of these two, either the Cultivate or the Hunter's Edge. I'm not quite sure which is more important. think with my curve, I might want to take the Cultivate. It sucks, but I think I need it. Oh boy, more good blue cards, more bad black and green cards. I guess we can go ahead and take Gloom Sower here as another top-end card that Empath can get, and it triggers like the Uprising, but this is not ideal, friends. More good blue cards. Oh man, this is a messy draft. We're just gonna go ahead and have to take the Fetid Imp here. We're going to have to keep taking the second-rate green and black cards because of the direction I've already gone. But this is not looking like a good draft. Feels like if I had stayed in blue, we would have got a little bit more rewarded, for sure. And I'm still missing some more ways to really abuse this Rise again, aren't I? Like, we have the Carrion Grub, which can fuel the graveyard, but beyond that, not really doing much, as we get a Canopy Stalker here. Alright, that's a good one. 4 mana, 4/2, must be blocked if able, and when it dies, you gain 1 life for each creature that died this turn. Combine that with some pump effects and whatnot. It isn't terrible. Yeah, let's take another Mauler here. The Maulers get a lot worse when I don't have a lot of removal, but they're fine with like pump effects and good with like Village Rites and Portcullis Vine. Passing a Roaming Ghostlight here, but we'll take a 3-drop on color for us. It's going to be a playable deck. It's just not going to be great, I think. I mean, maybe we just have Garrix Uprising every game and then just curve out into some big fatties, but I feel like I didn't see any of the signals for this deck. Okay, interesting. Witch's Cauldron, Sanctum of Stonefangs, and a Ranger's Guile. There's like 3 above average cards that we would have wanted a while ago for this deck. I think I kind of like taking the Cauldron when I have double Mauler, but Ranger's Guile to protect one of my fatties is not an awful choice. Also, I just like the Sanctum of Stonefangs. It pings every turn. But I don't know if this is the deck for it, so let's just take the Guile. Because we don't have much removal, I need to really utilize or leverage my big creatures. And actually, this Archfiend's Vessels is going to be really good here. A few different sack outlets, and we have the double Rise again to bring it back. That could be okay. Well, now we can probably cut the Walking Corpse, which is just filler anyways, and maybe one more filler card like the Blood Glutton. Cage Zombie is not awful. I don't know if it replaces anything in my deck right now, though. Let's see, how many 4-power creatures do we have for the Uprising? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? Maybe Grub 7? Huh, I wonder if that's good enough. It's close. It does also give all my creatures Trample, which is not terrible. And we get some filler cards, whatever. If I had to rate this deck on a scale of 1 to 10, I would probably give it like a 4. Maybe a 3. I mean, I'm not quite sure what I was supposed to do in my seat. Maybe I was just supposed to stick with blue, and maybe that was baited by the Twin Blade Assassin, but I'm not quite sure. Like, I don't feel like I passed anything too crazy better. But like I said, the set is new, so pick orders and that type of thing are always going to fluctuate wildly, a lot more so than at the tail end of a format. And who knows, this deck might actually be fine, and I just don't realize it, but I'm guessing this is probably lower quality than normal. As we get some last few whatever cards. Alright, well, we're going to give it a shot. You never know. And even if we start 0-2, I'm going to play out the last round just, you know, to get some more practice with a new format. Do have a lot of 4-drops, but again, I think the big excuse me, the biggest tell was that I didn't see any Grasp of Darkness. I didn't see the 5-mana black removal spell. I opened a Hunter's Pledge, but I don't recall seeing any more outside of that. And then I also didn't see any Elvish or whatever Llanowar Visionaries. So a lot, I think, of the signposts in green and black weren't there, which tells me either they weren't open, or what I think is more likely is that this wasn't the best deck to be in. But we'll see how this goes. Let's add our lands. Wants to go 9-8 in favor of black. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So even split's fine. All right, let's do this, and we'll see you guys back for round 1. All right, here we are for our first round with our green-black poop deck in this Core Set 21 draft. Although our hand actually looks pretty amazing, all things considered. We have a turn 2 Freebooter, turn 3 Fierce Empath, and then a good Sacrifice Outlet for the Empath. All right. We meet again. I don't recall playing this person, but then again, when you play Magic Online, you're bound to run into a ton of different people. Temple of Mystery. Okay. Well, let's take a look at what they got in their hand. Land, Visionary, Truffle Snout, Wishcoin Crab. All right, so nothing I can take, but also nothing too scary, so I think we're fine with that. So they play Forest, just a bunch of 3-drops and stuff. And now that the Freebooter didn't hit, we can also sacrifice that, no problem, depending on what happens here. All right, let's go tutor up our Gormand, I think. And at this point, we kind of just want to draw some lands. So they play Island. See if they lead on their 3/3 or their Visionary. Visionary it is. Hopefully I don't need to just Village Rights for a land. Perfect, we did hit. So let's draw, or rather not draw, let's attack for 1, and then let's play out our Mauler, easy peasy. Nice little 2/3 curve out for us. Okay, they played an island. The Krabby Patty, I accept. So we know 2 of the 6 cards in their hand. Ooh, Carrion Grub. Interesting. I think we want to make our land drop, though, so I think I'll be sacrificing the Fierce Empath here after attacking for 1 in the air. Nice, we did hit the land. We can play the Imp. And that's going to pump up our Mauler to a 4/4. Alright, they have Truffle Snout and 5 unknown cards in their hand. Uh-oh, this is a lot of mana. The Colossal Dreadmaw. That works. Okay. So, what's our play here? I mean, I don't want to attack the Mauler into the Crab and be forced to use Titanic Growth. So, I think I'm just going to attack for 1 in the air. And play out the Twin Blade Assassins. This made no sense, actually. I should have attacked with Fetid Imp if I wasn't attacking, or rather if I was tapping out. I second-guessed myself. The only thing is, I kind of wanted to hold up Titanic Growth because I don't want them to have the Hunter's Pledge, which is just pretty brutal right now. But yeah, I don't know what I was doing. I just missed 1 damage for no reason. Okay, that's fine. Might be taking 6 here, yes. Yep, too risky to block. We can afford a 1 hit. And they're just passing. All right. 4-3 that enters tapped is not our ideal draw, I'll tell you that much. I'm guessing they have a counter in their hand, too. So I'm going to play the Pteranodon here and probably just pass. And then I can hold up the Fetid Imp Death Touch as well as Titanic Growth. If they attack with their Dreadmaw here, I think I'm going to triple block it with Assassin and my Mauler and Drowsing, because on the surface they wouldn't be able to kill any 2 of them without having something else. My deck does feel second tier in comparison here, though. Uh-oh, this is very large. Oh! Okay, then. And they just go like -5, attack for 6? Seems like a fair game. Yeah, I guess I can just concede to that. It turns out Ogen the Spirit Dragon is kind of unbeatable. I think the only card that might have a chance against Ogen is like the best card in the set so far, from what I've seen, is that 5/4 Flying Dragon. Huh, they're upticking though. They're not even... Wow, that has to be so greedy. If I'm them, I just -5 and I'm left with Ogen and Colossal Dreadmaw versus nothing on the board. Holy smokes. They might have given me kind of a chance here, honestly. Alright, I'm going to send everything at Ogen. It's still going to be hard to win here. Like, their Dreadmaw is going to block my 5/4, their Crab is going to jump in front of the 4/4, their Singer is going to jump in front of the Freebooter. We're still in awful position, but I can actually at least play out the Forgotten Sentinel then, which doesn't die to Ugin downtick at least. Yep, as expected. Okay, get to draw our extra card and untap our dude. Man, if these Sentinels were 4/4s, they would actually be insane versus Ugin, but seeing as they have 3 toughness, Ugin is just able to uptick them with 3 damage. Kind of unfortunate. Do I have any way to beat that card? Nope. I think that 5-mana black instant can kill a creature or a planeswalker too. Alright, there they go. -5. And they're bouncing, yeah. See, now we're just in an unwinnable position, really. Okay, 1 card left in their hand. Can't really play out any of these Sentinels, right? They just instantly die to the uptick, so we have to just play out our Carrion Grub here. We did hit 8-power Gloomsower, which is nice, I suppose, but they don't need very much here. We'll see if they even attack for 3 at all. If they don't attack, maybe I have a small chance. Oh. Well, I can't block. If I block, then they just shoot the Carrion Grub, and the Carrion Grub is my only way to beat the Ugin, so have to hope they have nothing. And they shot my face. Yep, makes sense. Enters the battlefield. Enter from your graveyard. I guess I'm not technically dead, right? We can attack the Ugin. Presumably they chump with the Snare Spinner. Then I can play the Vessel and Gormand. Oh, they have something else in hand. Sure. Alright, make them sack their Truffle Snout, I guess. I'm not sure what I can draw, because Ugin just upticks on my face, and I'm not going to be able to kill it next turn. But at least we have an out. That's too bad. If they didn't have that Titanic growth, we might have actually been okay. But obviously I can't beat anything here. Yep, Ugin knocks me to 2. Doesn't even matter what it was. As long as it was another blocker, it was going to be good enough. Alright, GG's. So, the name of the game is don't let them draw Ugin, I guess. And legitimately, I think Bad Deal is good versus Ugin, right? We're trying to stop them from getting to 8 mana. And they're going to play out their lands for the foreseeable future. Yeah. I guess a short sword on a Forgotten Sentinel is kind of fine versus Ogen. Maybe we try that. Cut one of the Rise Agains. And I guess the Vessel if we're doing that. Alright, let's try it like this. Okay, game 2, round 1 versus Ogen. Our hand is fine, though unexciting. Hoping to draw some 4-power creature, I guess, by turn 4. Also hoping that the opponent doesn't draw Ogen. Alright, well there's the 4-power creature we crave. Maybe I can just curve out on them. Draw something to do next turn into turn 4 Stalker would be good. I don't care about that. That card's filler versus me. That doesn't do it. This Canopy Stalker, though, is real good with the Titanic Growth we just drew. I don't think we saw any counters from them game 1, so not really much of an option. Just got to run it out and hope they don't have it. That's too bad. Ooh, the lower scale Quaddle. It's a good one. Well, my deck has no removal, so it's going to be growing very large very quickly. Hopefully we can beat them down before anything too problematic happens. We really don't want to see the 5-mana 3/2 flyer that bounces a dude here. Capture Sphere would also be annoying. The fight would be annoying, or the punch would be annoying. Just let me untap, please. Okay, that's not that bad. It's going to make the Quaddle a 4/4, but our Assassin at least can still attack into it. Freebooter. That is also not a terrible draw. Alright, let's just attack with our Assassin, though. See if they block. If they don't block, the question is, do I want to run out the Sentinel or the Freebooter? And I think we'd rather just play out the Sentinel. Keep the pressure on, even though the lower scale is going to turn into a 5/5 here. Okay, that Quaddle's getting a little bit too big for me. Jeez. Alright, well, next turn's going to be good for us. We get to freeboot, see if they have Titanic Growth of their own in their hand. And then potentially attack with everything. Wow, they're going to... Okay, they're going to try to race me here. I am A-okay with that. That's great. I don't think there's anything that untaps, but we're going to take a look at their hand anyways and see what they have. What's going on in there? Alright. So they have Ogen, they have Ranger's Guile. It's not surprising. They are 3 mana away from Ogen, but they do have another Visionary in their hand. I think we just take the Guile, though. Yeah, they're too far away. Take the Guile, attack with everything. If they like double block the 3/3 or the 4/3, we kill them with growth. If they just chump, that's fine, then we don't need to do anything. And when they go for Roaming Ghostlight, we can Ranger's Guile, whatever one they try to bounce. Nice. Alright, so 4, 5, 6, 7. We'll get to draw a card end of turn. And yeah, should be good. Okay, they did draw a land, so now they can go for Roaming Ghostlight. But we Ranger's Guile that, and then any of our unblocked creatures is lethal with Ranger's Guile. Or sorry, Titanic Growth. Oh, scary, scary. Oh, maybe they're going to play double 3-drop. They could play Mistral Singer plus Visionary here. No, they're just going to go for the bounce. That's probably their best play. Yep. Alright, protect our dude, and then attack with everything. We have perfect information on their hand. So obvious block there. Doesn't matter. Whatever they don't block, we kill them with. Okay. It's going to be a hard one, though. I am not confident that we can beat their deck. I almost wonder if I just need to bring in like these stupid walking corpses as something to do early. Like cut the vine, play random 2/2. That might be okay. Cage Zombie could be okay as well. Let's just try it like that. Go to game 3. All right, the third and final game of the first round. It looks like we're going to have to mulligan this one lander. Ugh, and keep a really, really slow 6-card hand. Yeah, this is not the hand that's gonna win a game. Hopefully we rip perfectly off the top because this is bad. That ain't gonna do it. That is also not going to do it, but it is good with the carrion grub. Only issue is that we know that 8/6, whatever it's called, I already scried it to the bottom of my library with the mulligan. Not sure how many other great hits we were going to get. Ugh, and they just have a turn 3 quaddle. I don't even think we can beat that. Straight up. Miscast, Ranger's Guile, Read the Tides. This counters an instant or sorcery. Alright, I don't care about that. I guess we actually take the Read the Tides here, but problem is, still gonna just lose to the Lore Skill Quaddle by itself. Oh goody, they drew something else to cast this turn. Hopefully it's not a, what, Elvish Visionary? And they start chaining off. Alright, come on, opponent. Nine minutes to 18. What are we doing over here? Did you draw the Visionary? If you do, you got me. Oh, they drew a second Quaddle. Seems good. Yeah, this is going to be a rather fast game. Turn 3 Quaddle, turn 4 Quaddle. Alright, let's grub it up. Hope to hit something good. We hit a 3-power creature. Okay, that's not the worst. I mean, maybe I just draw a land next turn for Twin Blade Assassins and we can kind of get there, but I don't think I'm getting my hopes up in this position. We'll see if they want to attack with... Oh, they're attacking with both? Alright, well, I guess we force their Titanic Growth or whatever they drew out of their hand. Huh. Wow, just the Ranger's Guile to save it. Okay, that was super greedy of them. Interesting. They have a miscast and 1 unknown card in their hand. Let's just attack for 1. I think if they double, or rather if they attack with the 5/5, I definitely trade and maybe even just double block it to play around something. Well, that was interesting that they used it so aggressively like that. I guess... Yeah, we're fine to... no, we don't want to block like that. Because if they have... If they have Titanic Growth, they would 2-for-1 me. If they drew Opt, they're going to get me real good here, but... I don't know. I'm not sure what the correct play there was. So this is counter unless they pay 3. All right. So I don't... Don't think we're going to do any attacking with the Carrion Grub, which is now a 5-power creature, notably. Let's draw an extra card here. They can't miscast this. They could cancel it. Come on, opponent. What are you doing? Okay, get to draw our card. Titanic Growth. That is also not a terrible draw. If we can play around the miscast. Would need 5 mana. Snare Spinner, that's fine. Don't care about that. Okay, let's see. Can I turn on the attacks? Can I attack with Carrion Grub here, or is that too risky? Seems a little bit risky. I think I'm just going to pass here. If I had drawn a land, I would have played out the Walking Corpse. Or rather, I guess that doesn't make sense. Oh, I need to fade that Ogen, though. If they have Ogen in hand, we're going to have a huge problem. If they just go land Ogen, basically game over, right? Yeah, of course. Why not? Oh, and now they get their draw 3 back as well with the frickin' man. I mean, what are you gonna do? Opponent drew the Ogen every single game. Aha, they're just doing it for 2, actually. Okay. Well, now wait a minute. This isn't bad. Oh, this isn't bad at all. Oh, gosh, if I can draw a creature that costs... Let's see, I have 8 mana. If I can... Wait, they're attacking? Oh, God. This is so good for us. No, please come back. Oh, if they attack, I eat with Titan. Oh, no! I'm getting ahead of myself. Okay. They have miscast and the draw 3/bounce in hand. That's pretty good. And I have trample. Wow, this is crazy. I have a lot of different plays here. I guess I'm going to attack the Ogen and see if they block. Even if they do block, which they didn't, so Ogen dies. Okay, so now the question is, do I want to make them sacrifice their Coatl now or make them discard? If I cast Bad Deal, they I fall down to 11. They discard both cards in their hand. They would need to draw like a draw 3. Yeah, I think this is the play. I think making them discard both their cards is the play. And then hope that they just draw a brick here next turn. That's filthy, but I mean, you still have an 8/8. I could just end up dying here. Oh, more land, man. I wonder if it's safest to rise again first. They have one card they drew, though. No, I don't think I can play scared. If they drew the counterspell, they got me. Let's attack for 5. And let's go for it. Nice! They didn't have a counter there, so they just have a sacrifice. We get to draw a card. Alright. Oh, baby. Are we going to beat the double Coatl Ogen? Please say yes. Frantic, draw 1, sure. Brontodon, sure. Okay. Oh, I can just go for lethal. Nice. Or at least make them sack their Brontodon. I'm going to cast this pre-combat to see if they have a counter. Obviously, they can sack their short sword. That's fine. And now they're tapped out, basically. And now we're going to rise again our Twin Blade Assassin, which is going to draw a card from Uprising, as well as draw a card at end of turn from its ability trigger. Oh, I guess I tapped wrong. I should have known better. There's no reason for me to leave up a single black, because I've already used my sack a creature, draw 2. That was a mistake for sure. Hopefully they can't punish me here, but I have 2 5-power tramplers, one of them flies. Do we get him? Oh my. Holy smokes. Ogen all 3 games, although game 2, admittedly, they couldn't cast it, but we were able to finagle a win out of that somehow. Holy smokes. I am befuddled. I am surprised. I'm glad we brought in that bad deal, even if it didn't nab the Ogen, it nabbed 2 other cards. So let's see if we can win at least one more. Okay, here we are for the second round of this core set draft with our green-black poop, and womp womp. 1 lander, let's mulligan into a, I guess a keepable but unexciting 6. Let's get rid of the Guile here. And I guess our hope is to draw that Village Sacrifice, or whatever it's called, Village Rites. 1/1 lifelink on turn 1. Get him. Get him, get him, get him. What a bad hand. Alright, so let's draw a forest. No, let's draw something castable and then a forest. That sounds even better. Alright, I'll take it. No complaints. Looks like we got our regular mirror match here. I think we're gonna lead with the Mauler instead of the Sentinel, since actually I guess it doesn't matter. Since the Triumph or whatever that, yeah, that's it is an exact mirror match. I was gonna say that the enchantment triggers when it enters if you have a 4-power creature, in addition to whenever a 4-power creature enters. So it's actually okay to run out the 4-power creature first. That's funny. Witch's Cauldron, okay. I mean, if they're not going to play a... Oh, that was a great draw. If they're not going to play a creature, we're pretty happy with that. 3/1 Flash. Okay. So I guess they're going to block my Sentinel. Sure. That's fine. Now we'll just run out the Mauler instead. If they didn't do anything, if they didn't do anything there, I was going to sack the Vessel, try to hit a land, and play out one of the Maulers. The Glutton, nice. And it does trigger their Uprising too. So I don't think we want to trade here. I think we want to attack for 1. See if they block. If they don't, great, we get in for 1, and then we can sacrifice the Vessel. Play out our other Mauler. Double trigger. And we drew some good ones. We drew our own Uprising and a Titanic Growth. Another Blood Glutton, okay. The battle is real. Ooh, we drew the Rise again, which means we can make a 5/5 as well. It's a little bit awkward to attack with both because they could just take it and then hit me back for 8 and gain 8. So I think I'm just going to attack for 4. And if they double block, I will use the growth to 2 for 2. Nice. All right, this is fine. Even though I lose my creature here, this is worth it to get both of their lifelinkers off the battlefield. They go back up to 22, holy crap. Okay, they play their own Mauler, but it doesn't trigger anything. And now we can start doing the business. Let's attack for 6. And I think instead of Rising again, we're going to Canopy, which has to be blocked, but also draws a card. And land Imp. Very nice. So if we Rise again on the Vessel, we get a 5/5 Flying Demon. That is suspicious. I would just take it if they attacked. Sure. So this might be a matchup where I do bring in like the Glutton and maybe the Sanguine Indulgence too. Feels grindy. Brontodon, sure. Oh wow, they have Veto. That card's amazing. All right, let's Rise again on the Vessel. See if we draw something off the trigger, because we're going to get the 5/5 flyer. We did not. But we can attack with all here, as the Canopy Stalker has to be blocked. So we get to trade with something. And that's going to untap our Mauler end of turn. So now I don't really have to worry about them attacking. Nice, this is good for us if they're needing to main phase sack to draw a card, looking for some removal or something. Might just be game over here. Nice, okay, wow. This is going a lot better than I expected, let me tell you. So yeah, I kind of like bringing in the Glutton versus them. Take out the Vine. Do I also want to bring in the Sanguine Indulgence? That doesn't trigger the Vessel, right? If it enters the battlefield from your graveyard, or if you cast it from your graveyard, okay. So yeah, I think this might be a grindy matchup where the Sanguine Indulgence could be worth. Oh, what am I cutting here then? Like maybe this Vessel's not good then. It was only good because we drew it turn 1 and it actually did some work. And then we drew the Vampiric or the Village Rites, and then we drew Rise again. I think that's too much effort to make it good, so we'll just cut that and play a little bit more of a grindy game, put in some bigger drops. And yeah, this hand is... oh, God, actually. These are both of my Fierce Empath hits. Wow, this is crazy, but I think this might be a mulligan. Alright, that looks much better here. Pitch one of the lands. Like, if you think about it, that other hand was kind of already like a 6-card hand, but then I didn't do anything until turns, like, 6 with it, so... Alright, nice little curve here. Imp off the top into Thallid. Opponent playing a little bit of white. A card to be cognizant of is the... Really? Alright, I think I'll cash in now then, instead of playing the Thallid. If they're going to kill my flyer, I'm pretty happy with that. It stops my development, but I think that's worth. That was... I mean, that kind of tells me they must have more removal in their hand if they're using that so, for lack of a better word, swiftly. I am going to slam the Empath next turn and hope that I don't draw that other 7-drop. Great. Yeah, let's just get our card advantage now. Since we already have one of... If we had both in the deck still, then I'd be fine running out the Thallid, but I want to make sure that the Empath actually gets something. Ooh, Lieutenant. That puts a 1/1 counter. Then whenever a creature with a 1/1 counter dies, they get a 2/2. Okay, nice. Canopy Stalker. Let's just tap out. Play the Glutton. See if they have any... Yeah, and I'm definitely going to go ahead and try to trade with Lieutenant. Titanic? Sure. They might not even have another play anyways. Oh, the Scavenging Ooze. Nice. I get to eat one of my creatures now. Alright, they only have one card left in their hand, though, so... Hopefully this Gourmand is good enough. They're going to sack the Ooze or the Lieutenant, I wonder. I would imagine the Ooze. Lieutenant does actually a lot of work here with the Ooze and the Mauler, since they both get counters. Ah, they sacked the lieutenant. Okay. I mean, I guess that makes sense too. The ooze can get very large here. If they don't have a removal spell this turn, we're probably fine. I'll offer the trade for Mauler if they give it to me. One more land, we get to jam a 7 or a 8/6. No removal, please. Oof, rise again on their lieutenant. Nice. Okay, that's a problem. So now I'm taking 6. Yeah, I'm at 10. Well, rise again's awful. Oh, yikes. This is bad. None of my plays are good. We don't want to play the grub because we just give them more fodder, you know? Knowing that they have a Scavenging Ooze, I might want to cut the Sanguine or whatever if we go to a game 3. All right, last card, Fierce Empath. What 6+ drops do they have? They have a Gourmand as well. Boo. There's only one creature in the graveyard, so we'll trade our Gourmand for that. Ugh, this is just a terrible position, though. Actually, no, this is not so bad. If we get to trade with the ooze with our Gourmand, then Rise Again on Gourmand is actually pretty good. So they eat my Empath, we trade. They still get a 2/2 though because of the Basri's Lieutenant. I guess we're still in really bad shape. I was going to say, then if I get the Gourmand back, they don't actually have a great target to sacrifice. That wasn't a bad draw. Okay. We might be able to pull this through. I think now that I drew the Titanic Growth, I want to go with Thallid here to play around them Gourmanding me. Because we can sacrifice the Thallid and get at least a token. And then I can Titanic Growth on the Stalker to trade with the Mauler. They're going to get another 2/2. I'm going to gain 3 life or 4 life. But they are Hellbent, and that's the plus. Let's get back our Gourmand, make them sack a 2/2. Okay, we're stabilizing, and they're living off the top of their deck while I still have 2 spells left in my hand. This is a pivotal turn, though. If they draw anything relevant, we're going to lose. Okay. Easy trade. Good. Annoying, but not the worst. Now let's play out the Gloom Sower. They know we had it since we tutored it with our Fierce Empath however many turns ago. And now we want to draw... Well, we have a bunch of live draws. We want to draw our second Rise Again. We want to draw that Sanguine card that we had sideboarded in. Alright, let's jam the grub. Hopefully we don't mill all of those relevant cards. Nice, we did not, so that's good for us. That means we can probably attack here, no problem. Or rather, we can attack, no problem. Already chumping, nice. And that gives us 2 life, and they lose 2 life? That's good. Buys us some time, if nothing else. And play another 3/3. Alright, not looking too bad. They just drew another land. They can attack me for 1 in the air if they want to, but hey, we're coming back. And if we draw one of those few cards, we are going to like win on the spot. In fact, I can actually attack with... Well, no. The Carrion Grub would trade with 3/4. We don't actually want that. Okay. I take 1, they gain 1. Pass is good. Who's going to draw something supremely relevant first? Stay tuned to find out, although I am hitting them much harder. Let's see, 9, 10, 11, 12. We have 5 lands left and 14 cards still. Okay, they found something. One of their gluttons. That's pretty good. Rise Again. Yes. Excellent. Alright, let's just cast that on our Gorman now. Because if it makes them sacrifice their 2/2, they don't have a great double block. And we'll still leave the grub back. They just took it? Okay. Alright. Are we going to get there? Certainly looks like it. No! Target opponent sacrifices a creature with flying. Is that an instant or a sorcery? That's an instant. So they just drew that. Damn. If they really wanted to, they could attack with their Glutton as well to gain 4, and then I would lose 3 because of the Flyer's ability here. Good draw. So this is only triggers on their turn. I like attacking with the Pteranodon here because if they block it with the 3/4, that means they're chumping with the Glutton. Go to 1. I get to draw a card here. Oh, I guess I should have attacked with the Saproling. Maybe that was a mistake. Maybe I didn't think that through. What can they kill me with? I guess double Titanic. And the Saproling's not relevant since they're going to gain 1 life here. I guess I'll just block and play it safe. No, wait. I still died to the double Titanic. What am I talking about? Double Titanic on the 1/4 flyer would actually kill me. Yeah, because it would deal 9 and then they would drain 3 at end of turn. Wow. Okay, I can't believe it, but we're actually 2-0 with this deck. So at this point, I mean, I'm just happy as it is. Let's see if we can get the trophy. Okay, here we are for the third and final round with this green-black poop deck in this Core Set 2021 draft. On the draw with a very slow hand. Uh-oh, and our opponent played a 1-drop. That ain't good. But don't think I mulligan this type of hand. Oh boy. Hit me for 3 on turn 2. The aggro curve is real. Let's draw something to do, I guess. This would be a lot better if I was on the play, but being on the draw, they're just going to hit me for quite a bit of damage early on, it looks like. Though Thallid is a good one. Speaking of. Look at that curve. 1-drop, 2-drop, 3-drop on the play. Might just lose from that. I don't want to give him an extra 1-drop right now. Oof, indulgent. Glad we hit the land. Jam the Canopy Stalker here, though. As it's going to force blocks, which is nice. Another Patrician. Oh, God. That's disgusting. And I guess we lose. They just attack. Yeah, they attack with everything, and I'm going to lose 6 life from these. Holy smokes. That is quite the curve. My deck has 0 removal too, so that ain't good for us. I guess we're just going to bring in some random walking corpses versus the opponent. I think I'm going to take out the Sower and the Empath and just bring in 2 bears. That legitimately seems good. And in fact, maybe the Short Sword to make our creatures a little bit bigger also seems fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I guess the Uprising is also a cut now. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I think we found a good draft deck. We'll be on the play this time, though, which should help. And yeah, this hand is a lot better versus what they're doing. Turn 1 Portcullis Vine is actually going to probably gain a bunch of life. Let's just sort it up. I'm not going to sack it for a land yet. Well, this is certainly a much different curve than they had last game. 1-drop, 2-drop, 3-drop into nothing for the first 2 turns on their side. They do have an Indulgent Patrician, though. Yeah, I could equip an attack, but we'd rather just develop out our 4-drop. I wonder how many of those they have. Those are uncommon. We're going to take 3, they're going to gain 3, and then we're going to take an additional 3. Pretty good. Let's move the sword over to the Sentinel. So now it doesn't trade with their 3-1. Swift response. All right, that's fine. They are going to trade. It's okay. Let's play out the Vessel. Let's give it lifelink. Let's play out our land and hold up the Sacrifice of the Vine at this point. Okay, Thallid's good. Take 1, they gain 1. Double Rise again. Let's attack for 2 lifelink, see if they trade. If they do trade, we get to Rise again and get a 5/5. Good deal for us. Thank you. Sacrifice their token, draw 2 cards. I accept. Aw, exile my creature and give me a 1/1. It's rather rude. Oh, and Radiant Fountain to ping me for another 3 with the attack. This opponent is just not a nice person. Yeah, my deck needed some grasp. Like, if I just even had 1 or 2 Grasp of Darkness, our deck would be so much better. Like, killing the Patrician and then they just don't even do anything. I guess technically I should have moved the sword over to the Imp. But maybe now they think I have a green trick. Blech. Okay, well, now we take 6 and they gain 3. That's pretty damn good. So, let's attack for 3 on the ground. Go ahead and sack our Sapperling, hoping to draw something. That is not gonna do it. It has first strike, so Death Touch doesn't do anything anyways. But I guess we play around them having like -2/-2. I don't even think there's that effect in the game, but we chump here. I'm gonna lose 3 life still at end of turn. And I need to draw like Gorman. No, Gorman doesn't do it because it's a 3/6. I don't even know if there's anything I can draw to kill that. All right, GG's. Well, we beat the Ogen deck, but we couldn't beat whatever the heck that thing was. Holy crap! Indulging Patrician is absurd. Yeah, this is the result of not having any removal. Like, if you just kill that card in this type of deck, it seems like it wouldn't be too hard to stabilize, but obviously me having no removal makes it so a card like this is just going to go the distance. But hey, I'm happy here. Again, like I said, I didn't think this deck was too good, so the fact that we pulled off 2 wins in the first 2 rounds and even had a shot at a trophy was great. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. This is my first draft of Core Set 2021 for Card Kingdom, and only overall my less than 10th draft. I have been drafting a lot on Arena, but this is my first Magic Online draft, so interesting. Don't forget to check out all of my other content here on the Card Kingdom channel. We'll see you guys next week.